who handles COVID the way he handles bed bugs. He shaves his balls. He threw all his clothes out.
No.
All right. Let me know when you guys are we ready, Mike?
I think we just go.
No, we don't know. There's no way to know.
I thought you were starting right there.
All right.
Yeah.
Where did we start?
Just drops in the music, but I'm telling you, Mike picks a moment and he just drops in the music. We begin, man. The minute we get going, we're going.
Yeah, when the mush goes push, we're fucking mushing.
When the mush goes shush, that's when we push. We got to remember that. Write that down in your brain, Anthony. When the mush goes shush, that's when we push. That's how you know when the podcast starts. A great way to remember an anagram. What are you eating?
What? No. Mm-mm. I haven't been eating. No, you're wrong. No, it's a dental thing.
What do you mean a dental thing?
It's a dental thing, bro. You wouldn't even know. I've got a new dental thing cooking.
Two things there. First of all, I have to stop you. You are acting as if I don't go to the dentist. I wouldn't know that I don't know about dentists.
I didn't say that. You said that.
They'll tell me about your dental thing, and then we're going to introduce our new guest.
I have a dental thing. I have these are dental chews that my dentist. It's not food. I'm not eating. These are dental chews. My dentist requiring me to chew on these things to strengthen my enamel. So,
are you a Labrador?
I'm turning. I didn't want to. Well, the cat's out of the bag. Well, the dog's out of the bag. I am turning into a Labrador. So, sorry.
All right. Medically. Now, I will say this. I don't know. I don't want to go against what your doctor says, but I'd like to argue against the pretzel flats.
They do.
Like they're not dental chews, man. Please take it up with Dr. Carrie Giuliano. DDS.
Good radio like pretzel flats.
If I don't do this, all right, guys, whatever. Laugh it up, man. I'll turn into a Labrador in 20 minutes if I don't do this. This is delaying the process.
Mush just showed us a picture of Anthony on an Alpo dental bag. You can't get a dental mush? Get a mush.
I can't get a mush, man. That's expedites the process. This slows down the process.
I feel like any moment we're just gonna see Anthony's foot come up and like scratch his ear.
Good. Be on the lookout for that. If you see that, things have elevated. So I need to know that.
He's already got the fleas. How you doing, folks? Before we get started, let's just get started. Welcome to episode 347 of the Rad Dude Cast. Today we are here with Anthony. Brendan is in a low Wi-Fi area. So we have our friend from a ham. Woo! Not great at intros here. We really need Brendan for this. Mr.
Away as much as Brendan to be on the show.
Ed, I appreciate you coming to us from inside your closet.
Never coming out.
It's Ed Larson. Round of applause. Ed Larson. That's it. Just want to say Ed Larson. Then we get back into that juice. Get juicing. Sorry, Ed. Go ahead.
I was just saying, sometimes I got big suitcases in here. Sometimes I even get in the suitcases just to make sure it's even harder to get me out of the closet.
I always say that you gotta know what your luggage is going through. You have to know what it's like to be inside there, or else your clothes will turn on you.
Every closet should be plastered in naked men fucking. Just so that you could, just so everyone knows, right? It's like it's a naked man. When you come out, you go, all right. But we should know that in the closet is a freak fest every day.
The only way you can unlock the doors if you come.
Yeah.
However you come,
however you want to do it, you got a smart doorknob, which knows. It knows. It can sense if there's jizz on there or not. And if there ain't, buddy, you got to stay in.
With Anthony's new smart doorknob, you can only get yourself out with 6 ounces of semen. That's what everyone wants.
That's all they do.
Yeah.
They have no other function.
Also,
6 ounces. That's
a hell of a load, man.
That's like almost a cup.
How much are you guys coming? I don't come a lot, so I just imagined how much regular people come. I only come what I like to call is a pinky fingernail shaving. That's how much. It's a little
38 sperm every time.
It's what we call the single tear disease. It's every time I come, it's it's if my son graduated and I'm about to tell him I'm going to die.
I always come one big sperm. That's
And does he walk away? Does he put an old business hat on and some sunglasses and just go to work?
I'm punching.
Have a job.
Yeah, right, guess I'll see you later, Dad. And he just gets in his old Toyota and drives to the office. Hey, Ed, talk to me for a second. I just we have to say hi to Ed. First of all, I want this is a double duty situation. I want you to talk to me, but I also want to hear your mic because I feel like you got quiet, right?
Am I quiet? Is it quiet? How do you like me now? It's good to see you both. To be honest, is this a little better? A little louder? See, I've never done this before. Ooh, it's in the red. All right, I'm getting out of that. All right, how's this? Does this feel better for you? Because I feel like this is the only thing I can do to help.
No, that's great.
That's great. Yeah.
How about now? Is that something else you like?
We also don't really care about audio on this podcast. There's things we care about are not listeners, not audio, not a following, not money.
Also, if you're listening to this, can I just take a moment and just say fuck you? Like,
yeah, fuck you. Fuck you.
Fuck you. Fuck you, Jags, you Jags.
What a bunch of Jags.
What a bunch of Jags out there. A bunch of Jago Wagos.
Find a TV show to like. 356? Was that the number I heard?
That's the number I just said.
Oh, okay.
Just a heads up.
That's crazy. You've been doing this for like 7 years now.
Oh, but I don't think that's the right number. We have been doing it for a long time, but no one knows the real number anymore.
So you just say whatever.
Yeah. No, I just said whatever. Brendan knows the real number, and so does Mike Muscinelli. And maybe Anthony.
Everybody knows it but you. But you're not. I'm not trying to shit. You're not far off. It's I think it's 298.
Oh,
so
damn.
You're not too far off, man. Yeah.
Nice.
So impressive. Congratulations, fellas.
Wow. We are now at the exact point where we have the same amount of episodes as we do listeners. It's really great. One more episode.
So we're almost there.
They're consistent.
For the 300th episode?
Big plans.
Anything you guys want to tease, for the fans out there?
Yeah, we're doing a roundtable of gentlemen Rad Dude Cast renunciation. What is it called? Whatever. Where we all come back.
I would love that, honestly.
That's a renunciation.
A renunciation. Renunciation. Where it's just 15 people screaming the craziest shit. And we'll only do 20 minutes. And everyone goes full speed.
Oh, no.
We'll do 6 20-minute episodes.
We're doing 60. It's 20 minutes back on repeat.
I can legitimately pitch this, by the way.
Oh man, that'd be so much fun. So many screens cooking.
Well, the thing is, I need to start just getting closer with Jackie, because aside from Jackie, I pretty much have everyone on my own individual podcasts anyway. So I just need to book you all and not tell you it's a reunion. Reunion!
That's a great idea. Louis Katz did that to us recently.
Really?
Yeah, we all played his Quip show, and then it's like, oh, okay, great, yeah, let's have some fun.
Oh my god, that's gonna mess up. You'll just show up and you're all there. It's like, hey, we would have planned this on our own thing, and we would have charged people.
Yeah, it took him to get us all back together.
Oh my god.
Man.
Anyway. First of all, let's get into the real hot business, because we got to get the business out of the way. Eduardo, you got a movie releasing. What it was playing in only for the month of October. Yes. Tell me about it, fella.
All right. It's called How America Killed My Mother. Hilarious. I know. But so basically what happened was my mom died suddenly 4 years ago. And it was all fucked up. I knew it wasn't her fault. People were robbing us left and right because we didn't have any money. You guys understand what it's like.
Yeah, of course.
Before.
Oh,
yeah.
And
gay.
Yeah. Oh my God. They love picking on the gays. No,
Not picking, lifting them up.
Lifting on the backs of our shoulders. Now, sorry with these gay jokes. Get back to how your mom died.
That's so funny. You're the one who did it, and then apologize. And now enough about these gay jokes, guys. Let's get serious.
You're taking us off topic with your own homophobia. I'm sorry. I got to calm down a little bit. Tell us.
Good. No, I'm excited too. It's fun to see everybody.
Yeah.
You know, it's so rare that I get to talk about this, like, you know, while also being hateful.
Celebratory. We're celebrating them.
The 398 don't care, baby. The 398 are on board.
You know, we wish they would, but they don't. So we just, you know, we gotta appease them.
A lot of them are actually just auto plays, but that's fine. We count them anyway.
Yeah, most of our listeners are bots.
Oh, great! I'm big in Russia. Actually, I'm technically big everywhere. So basically, what happened was my mom passed away, and I was super fucking pissed off because it didn't need to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, just like I realized that between like casinos and, you know, health insurance and banks, and everyone was fucking ripping her off when she didn't have any money. And so it got to it where she definitely died of being broke. And so I was super pissed off. I couldn't believe like the whole country let me down, not just like the government, but like its citizens, like everybody. It was everywhere you looked, it was a fucking nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, well, and I was so mad, and like, you know, violence is illegal. Right. And so I made this. I took her life insurance money, and I made this movie.
Nice.
Yeah. And I called out a lot of favors. I got Travis Irvine on board. He directed it.
Yeah.
And we worked on this for like 3.5 years. And when quarantine hit, we're like, well, let's edit this thing. And then and here we are.
In a closet, promoting it on the Rad Dude Cast.
Absolutely. Dude, I was dressed like a wolf 2 nights ago. I'm on my own. Yeah, man. But yeah, no, it's just fucked up. And you know me, I like to be a nice guy. I love everybody. Yeah. And I just don't understand why everyone's so fucking mean to each other all the time.
Totally.
And it's just like it just boggles my mind. And it's like half the people doing all this work to rip people off. Like, if you work just as hard to be nice, I promise you'd make money.
Right.
Like, and it's just like all these like scammers, they're fucking going all day, they're calling people, they're going crazy. It's just like, if you just took that energy and put it in another direction, you'd still make money. And it's like, and so and that's what it's come down to. And so I got a hidden camera. I started going into banks and casinos and fucking telling them that I wasn't going to pay my mother's debts, and I got all that on camera. And then I, you know, so I just confronted everyone, even my own father, because my dad abandoned us, you know, when I was younger, around 20, and he didn't pay 1 cent in alimony, and we didn't talk for like, I didn't see him like 3 times in 15 years. And so, but we reconnected. Like, it was almost towards the end of the movie. I fly out to Reno. My whole crew. I bring a film crew out to Reno to hang.
I thought you meant like your boys.
No,
like we go beat this motherfucker up.
Yeah,
like you and your crew.
That's the end of the movie. Ed beats the shit out of his dad with his friends.
I got Julie sitting behind me on a motorcycle. No, but yeah, no, kind of like the message was like, you know, because I did not have a good relationship with my father.
Right.
It was pretty fucking bad. And so I said, look, if I can forgive him, you know, maybe y'all could forgive some overdraft fees and some, you know, and don't think casinos could stop taking bad checks and shit like that, you know, because it's crazy. You know, you guys gamblers?
No. I have family that are clearly addicted to gambling, so I never kind of fuck with it because it's like there's some major questions in why we were really poor growing up. Yeah, my parents both had like really good jobs.
My dad made $120,000 a year in the 80s and 90s. And we got no fucking money. Yeah. We got nothing. Like, we got like what?
That's Greg's exact. Greg was just saying this like a couple weeks ago, like almost exactly.
Yeah, how the fuck funny. Did that happen? Like, we're living in Boca Raton. I got like every single vacation I went on was either a like we go to Vegas, we go to Atlantic City, or we go on a cruise. Every single fucking vacation. It was like Bermuda, like anywhere that had a casino, that's where we went. It got to the point I was like 10 years old, like, Eddie, you could pick the vacation this year. I was like, can we go to Washington, D.C. so I can learn about history? Like, I just want to learn everything. Like,
God. That is almost the exact same tale. My mom didn't take us on vacation to casinos, but we just didn't go on vacation. So I mean, she used to do these things where she would be like, we had a moment. It's so hard because I can't really nail it down with her because I don't have like. She had a great job. She was a nurse who ran a bunch of emergency rooms. Yet we never had any money. But then sometimes we would have, like, she would just come home with a Nintendo, and you'd be like, "What happened here? Like, it's not even anyone's birthday." And it's like, "I got a Nintendo," and you're like, "Oh, you won this, or you had a hot streak or something." My sister was missing college money when she was like needed money for college or something, and my mom goes, "Okay, I'll be back." Drives to Atlanta because we're from Jersey. Drove to Atlantic City. Comes home next morning. Gives my sister $3,000.
God damn!
It was crazy. That was crazy.
So crazy.
Yeah.
No, my dad he took my college fund right after I graduated. And so it's like right. It's like, oh, good luck. I need it. Good luck.
Yeah, dude. We used to do these. We used to do for communion.
It's so funny to be like, how would you feel if I doubled your Sally Mae loan?
Oh man, dude! I just learned last night about a lightning bet. Do you know about a lightning bet? Do you guys know what a lightning bet is? So I just found out this last night because I heard this Norm Macdonald story where him and Artie, did like this crazy lightning bet. Which is lightning bet is like, I don't really understand over and under stuff. I really don't know anything about gambling, so you might have to help me if you kind of follow what I'm doing. So the way it works is like you'll pick the number of like the combined score of the game, and if you go over, if it goes over, every extra point you win $1,000. But the under, if you go under, every point under, you lose $1,000, or like whatever you do. So like he said, like in one game, Norm Macdonald won $100,000, and then lost $100,000 like the next day. Like they said it's the heroin for gamblers.
God damn, it's so insane.
Could you imagine that?
I couldn't imagine any of that shit. I saw it one time. I was doing a casino gig with Jeff out in Tunica, Mississippi. No. Ross.
I always get it mixed up. I always get mixed when you're close.
Well, he has been stealing his material lately. So he might be Jewish. Well, we're in Tunica, Mississippi, because we get all these like private roast gigs.
Yeah.
And this dude hired Jeff to roast somebody. He also hired like Joe Theismann and like a couple of running backs and shit. And it's it's like everyone like who makes money in Memphis like lives at this like rotten casino in the middle of Tunica, Mississippi. It's like it was a while since I got a hotel room with an ashtray in it, you know. And you know, so it's like it's always it's like honestly, it's like all cigarettes and like giant cocktail shrimp. Like that's like their whole life. And so, but afterwards, so like, oh, so hang out. We'll all be. I mean, there's nothing else to do. You don't have a choice. You have to hang out at the casino. Yeah. And so we're all. I don't like gambling, and Jeff knows that. And so we're just kind of walking around, and we see Joe Theismann at the craps table. Like, all right, well, we'll play some craps with Joe Theismann. Like, how do you not? You know. And so we played some craps with Joe Theismann. That was fun. And then we noticed the CEO of FedEx was at this blackjack table, and we're like, and he's like, "Oh, sit down, come sit down." And we were like, "Oh, we're just watching," and he was playing $10,000 a hand.
Wow,
like $10,000 a hand. I was just like, we both of us were like, "What are you doing?" Crazy shit I haven't seen. You know, we're like, play. We're like, we can't play. He's like,
we can't play. Yeah, I can work for 5 years and still not be able to play if I gave you everything I've got in 5 years. Crazy.
Yeah, but we eventually He's like, you talked us into it. We played $10 and he played 10,000 on the same fucking table, and it was just like it was the most surreal experience. I made $200. I was like, great, cash it out. This is wonderful.
Yeah, $200. What he would have made? What's the math on that? He would have made 200,000.
I guess, yeah. If
you were playing his hands,
there was no way to tell like how much money he had in front of him. There was just like it was all kinds of chip colors that I did not have, and there were
chips, chips that are just filled with blood.
Yeah.
These are monkey blood chips.
There's just a Thai boy, a Thai boy right on the table.
Oh, we don't use tips. We use Chinese man's fingers. These are actual severed fingers of a rich Chinese mogul. They're old samurai hands.
Can I get another shark burger?
Yeah. No, these are dark web booby bots.
My God, I would love to play a hand where my kind of game is every hand you play with roast beef sandwiches. I'll raise you 3 sandwich, and then it's all.
Yeah, why you start off with 2 pieces of bread, and then you gotta like
you gamble your way up to a hero.
Yeah. It should be whatever you bring to the table. It should be BYOB. Yeah. Bring your own whatever you got of value and dump that on the table, man. Bring your own beef.
Dude, I'm down. I'm just playing with a buttered bread right now. May have to walk.
I'm down a loaf. It's a trouble.
I'm down a loaf.
But like what happened to us was my mom won really big down in Florida right before we moved to New York. She got a royal flush when she was playing poker. And she had that little extra chip down where if you get a royal flush, you put $1 in and then you get 15 grand. Because it's like no one ever gets it. My mom got it. And so she won 15 grand and we were able to move to New York. She gave me like 4 grand. I was able to go and not work for the first month I was in town, and like get situated and shit. So it really fucking helped us. And then it just like became the answer. And so she was just chasing that again for, a decade and a half, and it never happened again. So it was just killing me. It was killing me. All my first comedy money went to Trump Casino.
Wow.
Oh yeah, my first 3 gigs, the Burn first 2 years and my first roast battle writing job all went to my mom's fucking gambling.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
I came back and I was just broke and like at square one. I was furious. I was so mad. I was like, how did you do this? You fucking but she can't help herself.
Yeah,
of course,
totally. So when you went into how did the casinos react when you were filming them? And
they didn't know.
Oh, they didn't know. Oh, okay.
I had a hidden camera on my shirt, which was really funny because it was pointed up because I was so fat. For like skinny people, but like it was on top of my belly, so it was just like pointed at the ceiling. So I got horrible shots.
Wait, are you allowed to use that?
What?
Are they going to arrest you for using that footage?
I blurred people's faces.
Oh,
and
okay.
Trump Casino doesn't exist anymore. And you know what? I could use the press.
Yeah.
So
what are you talking about, dude? You're doing the Rad Dude Cast right now. You are up 396 easy. Fluctuating depending on who listens to this episode, anywhere from 395 to 398.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you. Loyal fan
They're
base.
big. They're big.
Oh, dude. Yeah, they're loyal, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Every one of them texts us every day. Every one of them we respond to. How you doing, buddy? They check in. They're good.
Yep. Once a week, I get a phone call. It's really you. It's very
so nice to know people care every once in a while.
Yeah. They're great,
dude. I did a gig once. It was one of my I can't remember the exact number on this, but I did one gig once. My friend Horace came with me, and I won. And in the gig, I got paid $500 or something. And he said, "Listen, you either made $500." I say you made 1,000 or you made nothing. And we drove from Bloomfield to Atlantic City. It was like a 2-hour, 3-hour drive. Put it all on black, lost, and drove home. We were in Atlantic City for 20 minutes. Lost.
Oh my God.
We were like, fuck it, let's do it. He convinced me. We drove, we bet it, we lost, we went home. Also,
God.
I didn't have one of those like gambling cards, so that money didn't go towards like getting me a room or anything. It was just straight. The money went.
Yeah, they watch it happen. And like anytime, like here comes one of the idiots who's gonna put it on the fucking black. They hit the button, Jerry. It's like quick. It's like we're gonna make some quick. My buddy did that with 10 grand and he lost twice, 2 separate times. And I'm just like, they're not gonna let you win. Like, it's not gonna you don't have a choice. They like. First of all, casinos wouldn't exist if you were supposed to win.
Right.
There's no it just doesn't make sense.
There's no co-op casinos where the people run them.
Yeah.
It's not like get back on your feet land. You know?
Yeah. Get back on your having a hard time. Well, you just come to the casino and then you get better again. We care. No, I hate them. I have like real problems with casinos. Do you also have that, or
I
not
hate
really?
them.
Okay.
I don't gamble anymore. Like if I do, it's like not with my own money. You know, like someone would literally have to get like David Tell has like made me gamble with him before.
Yeah.
You know, where like I have to. He's like, here's $100, sit next to me. You know,
right.
Yeah. I still, even with other people's money, it's still so nerve wracking to me. Like I hate it. Yeah, same.
So stupid. Like it's like I work so hard for my money, and like it's just like it's like it drives me crazy. Just like I put $40 in a video poker machine, and it was gone like that, and I was just like. It's a machine.
Yeah.
It's like, why would it let me win?
You lost to AI.
Stupid. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's an unfeeling piece of metal.
Yeah.
With Ellen DeGeneres' face painted on it. That's taken my money.
Oh my God. And Atlantic City's the craziest too, because all those casinos, you walk outside and directly across the street is like 4 cash for gold stores.
Oh,
yep.
They're just trying to get you the moment you step outside. Like, here, sell your fucking wedding ring and go back in there and open the pass.
Yeah, and the ATMs are like $10 ATM, like $5-10 fees on the ATMs because they know you. It's like, at least make the ATM free or $1. Like, no, we can take your money here too. And it's like fuck off, man.
No, the ATMs, they should shut down at a certain hour. Like if they really wanted, you know what I mean, to just be like, hey, beyond midnight, you can't get any more money out. Some kind of limits.
Any kind of rule. It's like, there's no clocks on the walls. There's no the windows, so you don't know if it's daytime or nighttime. They give you free liquor for Christ's sake. Like, it's crazy. Fucking Trump Casino. All right. His brother died of alcoholism, and he's sitting around giving thousands of people free liquor and every night just to steal their money. Like, what the? Like, how is? Like, why does no one just talk about this?
Same, man. They use the same tactics like government agencies use to get information out of like terrorists. It's just like psychological techniques. It's the same as what you're saying. It's like, I don't understand how nobody intervenes given the measures that they're taking to actively ruin people's lives. This isn't like haphazard. They're taking strategic ways to do this.
Yeah. Right. Well, they're also paying out the ass in taxes. And so it's like, Nevada doesn't exist. Nevada is just like, they do nuclear testing if gambling doesn't exist.
A lawless state, man. They're just like, gambling, nuclear testing, prostitution. We're not opening up anything else. We refuse.
Anthony and I had to go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was going to say there's parts of Nevada where you can shoot a tank.
Right.
You can shoot a tank.
Yeah, you can like jump it for a bunch of money. You can jump in a tank, and there's a guy who helps you drive it around, and you can fucking put the shell in it. And you can shoot a tank. That's the kind of life they live over there.
They refuse to invest in infrastructure. They looked at what they did in Bangkok, and they were like, "We're gonna base our success on that model." That economic model.
Is it the same place? I had heard stories like there's a place you could like rent a bazooka and shoot a cow, or is that just like the Middle East?
I don't know if that's. I would hope that's not in America.
I believe that's the Middle East, but I mean, hey man, I don't know. Parts of Arizona maybe.
Yeah. When we all are forced to go vegetarian, we're gonna have to do something with these cows.
Yeah, might as well have fun with these devils, you know?
Is that the place where you can hook up rockets to a cow and shoot them off into space? Is that, I don't know if that's Nevada or if that's...
It's the same theme park. It's the same Cowland in Afghanistan.
Yeah. We probably tried to recreate the nursery rhymes.
Mike said Cambodia. You can do it in Cambodia.
Yeah. Right.
Which is like, that should be on the front page of the flyer to Cambodia. They want to move here? I don't know. You want to bazooka a cow?
That's They put that. It's right after Angkor Wat. They're like, don't like ancient ruins? Well, we've got another option for you.
Yeah, your husband can come here. You check out the history. Send your dumb kids to bazooka cow.
I would imagine like you could bazooka a cow and then just like a bunch of steaks hit the ground.
I'm just wondering about that. Like, it would cook them, right? You just run around with bread in your hand and hope it lands in there. Yeah, Cambodia. Wild. Tourists shoot cows with rocket launchers in Cambodia.
Nice. Well, I'm glad we didn't leave that place in ruins.
Yeah, man. Good old U.S. intervention.
Man, that is wild stuff. Oh, Anthony and I, do you remember this? This is a little off topic now, but we would perform at the Mohegan Sun. What was the Borgata? No, Borgata we performed at, which is the worst gig you can do. It's all the people who've lost so much money they get free comedy club tickets.
Oh, they're so mad. Everyone's just
so
like,
mad.
they have no idea who you are.
They don't care.
Like,
yeah. Sorry, bad gig.
So yeah, the Borgata Mohegan Sun's the same way, but at least you get to like linger around and eat food till 3 a.m.
Yeah,
that's the one thing I will say about casinos. I love a good buffet.
Oh, who doesn't?
Now that that's over, oh God, what a sad. That was one of the third week of quarantine. I was like, no more buffets.
No, they're gonna have to do disposable food shoots.
Yeah,
it's a shoot, and it just shoots it into your mouth, and then you just replace it with you bring your own chute and you just plug it in, open your mouth, and then go to the next food tunnel.
People are like, "Oh, that's a nice shoot. Where'd you get your? That's a good one."
Yeah. But Anthony and I, we found a way that there's you can sit at the bar where they have video poker, and if you're actively not trying to win, all you're trying to do is break even, you can play video poker for hours and then just get free drinks. But no one is doing that. So what you would do is you just you hold and you just don't go for any big bets, because if you go for the big bets, that's when you lose. So we would just play this video poker just to be able to sit at the bar so that they would just keep giving us free drinks. And so we were playing like 30 cents a drink to just get hammered all night and look at the prostitutes. But
that's fun.
They don't, but that's the thing, is they're like, we know that 1 or 2 people is doing, like the 3 people here, the 3 performers here are doing this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you already worked for them and made them a bunch of money that night.
Yeah, for not enough money.
Yeah, man. We paid in, oh my God, we paid in pain. Those gigs are so brutal. Yeah, I remember. I think I was younger. We used to go to Atlantic City a little bit because I had friends that were pretty decent at gambling, and I would get so sick because at the time all I drank were White Russians, and
the time that's still what you do. Last time we went to Borgata last year, we were drinking White Russians because of you.
Don't trust milk in Atlantic City is a good rule for life.
That was exactly my point, Ed. If I could leave this world saying anything, do not trust the milk in Atlantic City. Yeah. You never want warm milk in a plastic cup is always a bad sign.
Dude, last time I was in
Atlantic, warm over there.
Last time I was in Atlantic City, I went to this is a story. I went looking for a sex shop to buy a vibrator to try to stick one up my ass, because I was there for a week and I was like, oh, I'm gonna try to do something weird sexually with my masturbating, because that's all I'm doing here is masturbating. Mm-hmm. I drive. Actually, the reality of the story is I was actually looking for a GameStop to buy action figures, but then I saw it was close to, I don't know which is worse, to this sex shop. So I was like, I'll just go the extra 2 blocks to the sex shop. Go there. It's in I don't know if you guys know, but Atlantic City is like this membrane surrounded by the worst neighborhood in New Jersey.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
just watch like a fucking raccoon stab a dog.
This woman came to my car door, like I was at a red light, and this woman comes to my car door, bangs in the window, and I was like, and she was like, I was like, does this woman need directions? And she was like an old school prostitute. Like she was like a prostitute that was like, I'll suck your dick for $20. And I was like, I didn't know you existed anymore. I thought this was out with Giuliani, but I guess not.
No, not in Atlantic City.
Yeah,
it's still there.
Yeah, the crazy part about Atlantic City is like when you watch Boardwalk Empire, like it's like nicer.
Yeah.
Than it is now.
Those are the good old days.
It's like you long for the 20s.
When all you had to worry about was the plague.
Yeah. One of the few places you could say, man, this place before World War II, man, this place was great.
Jesus. Oh my God.
Yeah,
man, you know that town has lost like 10,000 jobs in the last couple of years, last like 2 or 3 years. They've lost 10,000 because all the casinos that keep shutting down, and they get like selling off people's fucking pensions and shit. And so like you worked at the casino for 30 years as a waitress. The only reason to do that is because you got this fucking pension. And then they closed down the place and sold all the pensions. And so it's like, and that's the kind of shit and that's why that town is dying. Well, that and there's a casino in every other town now.
Right.
When we were kids, you had to go to Atlantic City, Vegas, or Reno. Like you did, that was it. That was all. That was the only place you can go. But now there's like 2 casinos in Philly. There's like a bunch Bethlehem and the Mohegan Sun. And they're in Cincinnati, and they're like, they're all over the place now. And so Atlantic City's just why go?
Yeah, I'm okay with the Mohegan Suns because they're like, they try to make it more of like okay, you can gamble, but you can do other things. Like there are like some restaurants and fun things, and I'm like, okay, because I mean, I guess gambling, if you're not an addict, can be like a fun thing to do for a night. But Atlantic City makes me mad because it's like no matter what, they force you to gamble almost. Like it's like everything is funneled to getting you to those tables. Whereas Mohegan Sun is like, well, they have some other things you can kind of do if you need to take a break.
Yeah. Even the prostitutes in Atlantic City are only $20. So you can go spend more money in the casino.
Well, dude, even in the Borgata, the Wi-Fi sucks in the hotel because they don't want you sitting in the room.
No,
and it's like
they charge you out the ass for it. It's like $10 to use the Wi-Fi per day. And it's just like, shut the fuck up.
Right.
Give me the goddamn weird alien. It's just insane. No, because I always go because I got to work in casinos all the time. Like you guys. And like you're in your room, you're like, I get some work done. So you wake up and you try. It's like fucking $10 to like start doing your work. It's so crazy.
Yeah,
they're mean.
Yeah, it's like, don't be this much. It's like, can I get a bottle of water? Yeah, the only way to get a bottle of water is you got to sit at the poker table for 45 minutes. It's like it's like they any way they can get you to do it, they do it, and it's like a little bit of a letdown. I just think it's like don't have to. People are already addicted to gambling, right? You don't have to force them there if they're even fighting it a little bit, right? It's like that's what's gross to me.
Yeah. Exactly. No, they've also linked, not to get too serious, but they've linked brain damage to compulsive gambling. And, so it's like a lot of people, like I talked to this woman who's a counselor for gambling and out in Reno. And I was talking to her and she was just like, the first thing I ask every person they come in is if they've been in an accident or not. Because like 80%, they've been in a crazy car accident or they got some kind of like different, like something's happened to them or they got PTSD. And it's like it preys on the weak.
So my question is,
if you use your head properly, you're like, oh, this is stupid. I'm gonna
So let me ask you, how did they link it? Did they just walk around the casino with their eyes open? Or I mean, have you ever seen these fucking people that are like riding around these? It's like you look around, you go, oh my God, like I'm not trying to be an asshole, but it's like these crazy wheelchairs, these people who are like drooling and shit, people with glasses that are too big. It's like, what are those glasses? It's like, there's people with problems. They're clearly taking advantage of a lot of mentally fucked people.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm out in Reno. I'm visiting my dad. He's super sick. He's in the hospital. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to fly out to Reno. And so I go and I'm like, all right, I'll get a hotel, the closest hotel to the hospital. Yeah. And it's like little shitty casino, like no bigger than like, like Katz's Deli, and it's this tiny little casino, and there's like a shitty motel attached to it. I'm like, fuck it, it's close to the hospital. It's a $5 Uber. This is where I'm staying. And I walk in there to get breakfast, and it's just old people literally hooked up to oxygen tanks, fucking sitting at slot machines, putting the last of their money in them. And it's just like, why?
They should at least give you health insurance. I'm sorry to cut you off, but it's like if you have these old people there, it's like, look, health insurance itself is a gamble, right? Like if you're putting that much money, they should put that money towards, like, at least your medical bills will be taken care of, or your funeral. Like if you lose all your money, like, don't worry, we're going to take care. Like the mob would at least take care of your family. They leave them like, we're not going to kill your wife, but they don't. They fucking go after them too.
Sometimes they kill the wives. Sometimes.
Yeah, the good ones leave them alone,
She's a yapper or not.
Yeah, I remember seeing a guy just downtrodden with a Vietnam veteran hat on, and all I could think about was like the guy on the other end of that, the Vietnamese guy who's like, I wonder whatever happened to the guy who killed my father.
Oh right.
And he's just like, oh man, he is crying in front of a Sex and the City slot machine.
Literally, like counting the days he has left with the fingers he's losing from diabetes.
Yeah, I don't think and like casinos in general, I don't think there's ever been more of like, not more, but it's one of the things where it's like it's such a departure from reality in the way that it's advertised. Like in my head, when I was a kid, before I ever went to one, that like what I thought of a casino was like old Hollywood,
Right.
And then you go there and you're like, this is a hospital ward. Right. It is not at all the way it's presented, even in the slightest.
No.
When I was a kid, we used to always go stay at the MGM Grand Hotel, and I would go out there with my parents, and I'm an only child, so I'd just be by myself the entire time. They literally would just like let me out in Vegas. Yes. They're like, go have fun. We'll see you in a couple hours.
Yep.
Dinner's at 9,
It was horrible. It was wandering around Circus. I did the same exact thing, man.
Here's $50 walk around money. Try not to bet it all too fast. So anyway, you're at the MGM Grand.
Man, I stayed at Circus. Every time I go to Reno, I make sure I stay at Circus just to like fully like get into the Reno vibe. And it's just like, I don't know if you've ever seen a tiger smoke a cigarette. It's really zen.
Everything in Atlantic City is a gamble. Like the buffet is like, am I going to shit my pants? You walk outside, there's massage parlors. It's like, are you going to get robbed? Or are you going to get AIDS? The prostitutes, it's like if you like taking risks or chances, you really got to drive anywhere within 50 miles an hour, 50 miles in that place, and you're good.
Just walking on the boardwalk, man. You got to fucking bring brass knuckles.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You can't even trust the funnel cakes there.
I just keep seeing, by the way, I don't know if your imagination does this, Anthony, but I just keep imagining someone in the coats behind Ed just opening them up like this and then just like choking them from behind.
Just let me know.
What else you got going on, Ed? Anything else going on in your life?
I've just been out here doing my podcasts and shit. We doing the brighter side, hanging with Amber Nelson.
Oh, that's
great. I do Jeff's podcast, Thick Skin with Jeff Ross. That's always fun. We had Vernon Davis on last week. That was super cool.
Who's that? I know that name. Who's that?
He's a great tight end.
Yeah.
We always get it's always the weirdest people that come on that podcast. It's so funny. The week before it was Joanne Worley from Laughing, and then like the next week it's Vernon Davis. You're just like, who is that?
What did you bring people on and roast them?
Well, no, we the one thing we do that we love is at the end of every show we roast we roast someone who had died that week. And we call it Roast in Peace. Yeah, it was great. My favorite one I wrote for Ruth Bader Ginsburg was she had it hard. She was sick for a long time. I mean, she didn't feel good since 2012 when she accidentally sat on her gavel.
So you're writing roast jokes a lot, right? You're a big roast guy, guy, right? So let me ask you a question. Big roast. This is business question.
I'm with it.
You go to write a roast joke, right? You see a guy like myself. How do you attempt? What's your first move with writing the roast joke?
Well, definitely. I like superficial stuff personally. I don't like to get too personal, So like, I'd go for your mustache first, I would say, and then probably your square head, and then.
This is not what Greg wanted from that question.
I didn't even know about my square head.
This will be an issue going forward, Ed. I will be receiving a phone call.
He didn't even do the joke. He just
betrayal. Is my head in this square the whole time?
Well, you just got to, you try to find something about somebody and then just like go at it really hard and give them a complex about it. It's like you look like, and it's honestly a lot of it, truthfully, is like Mad Libs. It's like you look like this doing that.
Right,
right. Fill in the fucking blanks. It doesn't even it's like you smell like that when this happens.
Right.
Like.
Let me do one, Anthony. Let me try to do one with Anthony.
Oh,
you look like well, I've done that. I would say you look like a rotting pickle.
That's funny. I was gonna say an olive. I was gonna say
who fell off a sandwich because he's gay? He's gay. Because he's gay.
Gay fucking pickle.
Pretty good, man. I think cut me to the bone, Anthony. I would say. That was pretty man.
Do me, dude. Do me, Anthony.
With a head that square, what else could you say about the man, really? With a head that square, all his thoughts are rectangles.
Damn, man. Hey, did you, Ed, one day we were doing the podcast, middle of the podcast, Brendan goes, Greg, what do you use for your hair loss? And I went,
that was fucked up.
Well, I don't use anything. I don't have what? And he was like, no, you clearly do. What are you using? And then I went, Anthony, tell this guy I'm not losing my hair. And he goes, I don't know, man. For being honest.
Now that I'm looking at your head,
everyone's losing hair when you compare them to Anthony.
and my mom told me I was losing my hair. I've been taking Rogaine for 2 years. This thing has gone crazy. My mom got so worried while cutting my hair that I was losing it. I went on a very strict Rogaine regimen. Now this thing is wild.
Can we let me for 1 second separate hairdresser from your mom? I just want to separate them. Put your mom in we're not talking about your mom here, but this is the thing we need to talk about hairdressers because I've had this experience with them. They are not medical professionals. Okay? Like they are the furthest from. I've had one of them say to me how to try to get rid of. I had like this like really bad scalp itchy shit, and she was like, "Oh, this is bad. You got bad head. You gotta get rid of. You gotta put on. What you want to do is take a bunch of pigeon feathers and rub them in your head." It's like she gave me the craziest advice, and then I was like, "Oh, maybe I'll do that." And then my doctor was like, "No, what are you doing? Like, you don't have bad head. This is just some." It's like it was wild that she thought that she could give me medical advice.
She was selling her product, dude.
Yeah,
you were getting upsold.
Yeah, they work with hair so much that they start to believe they understand it in a way that others don't. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't trust any of those fuckers, man. I haven't gotten a haircut since prom.
Let me see that thing. Turn around. You still got a ponytail? Let me see that beautiful. Yeah. Oh, god damn.
It's all in there. Hold on.
Hell yeah, dude. Take it down. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's madness. There we go. We'll put them under there. We'll hide them. There we go.
You have like beautiful hair, right? Is it me?
No. It's like I've never really seen how wavy it is.
Yeah.
It's very curly. Yeah. It's very curly.
You have like an 80s metal. When 80s metal bands used to have hair that was like, dude, that's some sexy ass hair. You have some like I don't want to say woman's beautiful woman's hair.
Oh yeah, no,
not just any woman is what I mean.
Nothing makes me happier than like a chick with shitty hair sees my hair and they're like, "God damn it, I wish I had your hair." You're like, "I'm gonna cut it all off and throw it in the trash, you bitch."
I could see myself coming up from behind you and being like, "Oh, I'm gonna try to fuck this chick," and then turning around and going, "I'm gonna try to fuck this guy."
You would, not for nothing, but you would say that with the rest of Ed's frame. Ed is built like a linebacker.
And you know how I like my women. I like my women as close to men, and I like my men as close to women. And that's a perfect line with Ed.
A 4-foot wide back.
He's got a linebacker's back and a beautiful mane. That's right up my alley.
And I
Might be my square head.
I tried to buy one of those Chinese jerseys. They don't understand my size. They don't understand anything. I bought a Shaq jersey from China just to like treat myself for my birthday. And I was just like, man, I was like, all right, I want and again, it's like skin tight. I had to like have my fiance help me take it off. I was so mad. I was like, you guys don't understand shit. I got duped on another ad from this Chinese company. I told them I had a 38 waist. They sent me like 40-inch long pants. They're like, oh, if you're that fat, you must be 8 feet tall. They don't understand. Like it's
give them the George Mirasons. Oh my good. Oh great.
What
Nothing.
happened? No, good. It is great.
I didn't mean to do a decline. I did like the end of the podcast. Great. I was like, great. That was nice. That was nice.
Here, can I get a roast joke on Anthony?
Please. I want to just keep doing it. And then I want to learn I do want to learn how to write a roast joke because I've never been good at them.
Yeah. You look like Mario fuck Diddy Kong.
The unknown level of the game.
Is it Mario and Diddy Kong have sex, and then you have to then you play that baby, and that baby has a comedy career. And so now you're on the road. You're playing castles.
Yeah, that's my favorite kind of roast joke. Is one with a heavy narrative. It's just an endless story. I think I love that.
I miss the old roasts though, when people would just roast their friends.
Yes.
The roast when it's like you're roasting someone you don't know is like,
That's
whole
not what
idea
it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yes, it used to be like, I know him so well. This is what I can get away with. This is what I can say to him because I love him.
Exactly.
And now it's like, hit that bitch in a twat and make her cry.
Exactly. I hate that shit. That should try that. It's supposed to be an honor. It's someone you love.
Yeah.
Right.
We used to do the roast back in the day at the Creek. We roasted Kevin. We roasted Marcus. We roasted Sean Patton. We roasted Henry. Those are our buddies. We had a good time.
Yeah.
Like now, like it's just like literally you do it. It's wasteful when you do it too much like that. It's supposed to be. You're supposed to like get choked up at the end of it, and you get closer to everybody. Now it's like everyone taking swings and trying to like it's for their own benefit rather
make
than
your career.
Yeah. That shit drives me crazy.
When they used to do those roast shows, they would just pair anybody up. It'd be like, oh, if I do really well, I can get some kind of comedy out of this. So then they would be like, I remember like, dude, they'd find out that someone cheated on their wife, and like they'd bring up shit that was like, how did you know that, and why are you saying that on stage?
Yeah.
Very mean.
With roast battle, what we would do was we would encourage that they would like have a lunch together and like learn about each other so they could.
Oh, that's nice.
And then and then it all ends with a hug. But yeah, no, man, that to me, like what I love about roast battle as far as like comedy goes, and I'm sure you guys can respect this, is you get to be on TV and not burn any material.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you just get to write a couple jokes about this other person, and you get a good job out of it, and you get a credit, and you don't have to fucking waste any of your good shit.
Yeah.
Which is, I think because that's what I love about roast battle. I feel like it's like a joke writer showcase.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it also is just like nerve-wracking as all fuck. And like stand-up's already nerve-wracking. Like you don't need to make it into a medieval game all the time either.
I don't need to go on TV to find out I have a square head. You
could do that from the comfort of your own home.
It is kind of nice to find out what things you don't know about yourself. Like you do a roast, and people are like, "Here's a guy who never writes jokes," and you're like, "I don't." I thought people thought my writing was good. Like, no one ever did. It's the only way stand-ups will tell you the fucking truth because they're all brown nosing cocksuckers.
There you go, Greg.
Those are all my roast jokes. All my roast are, this guy, he's a cocksucker. That's it? He's a cocksucker. That old
That would be
cocksucker.
great in Deadwood.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you watched Deadwood?
I watched a few episodes of it. Go ahead, Anthony.
I love that fucking show.
Yeah, I got to get into it. Just everybody loves it so much, and
honestly, it's so grizzled and it's hilarious. It's like you would love it. It's got 3 seasons, and you'll fly right through it. And it's just like by the end of it, you'll just be like, I'm never kissing my wife on the mouth again.
Yeah. Dude, are you watching Raised by Wolves?
No, is it good?
I think it is, but I think I love it. You gotta. It's bad shit, crazy.
Yeah,
it is wild.
I'll definitely check it out. I'm in the middle of Lovecraft country right now.
I'm not loving it.
It's fine. It's good. It's as long as to me, just be weird and I'm in.
Yeah,
just be a little kooky and you show me some weird shit and I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was getting into it and then I was like, okay, every white guy's the bad guy. I get it. And then it was like, well, yeah, I mean, it's a horror movie for black people. So that's what their horror is. And I go, all right, that makes sense. But it clearly was shining a light on my own self that I didn't want to look at. And I was I don't want to deal with this. So I'm going to turn it off. I can't deal with it.
Yeah, I'll just be like, I just don't like the lighting.
Yeah. I'll blame the acting.
The acting.
Yeah. It's the acting. It's not the parts of our country that I'm ashamed to look back into. But no, it's good. The main actor is really good though.
He's unbelievable. Really good. He's unbelievable. I mean, I really like him, and I'm always a fan of Omar from The Wire. I never learned how to say his name, but he's all over that show. He starts in like the 3rd episode.
I've never seen Omar. I've never seen The Wire.
Never seen The Wire.
I know.
That's one of those things where, like, you would have been yelled at 10 years ago for that shit.
I know, but people just stopped yelling. Eventually, everyone just stopped yelling at me for it, and I guess gotta watch it.
Their slack. Watch the goddamn Wire.
Yeah, I gotta do
the 3rd season. It's all about longshoremen. You'll love it.
Yeah,
man. When I moved to New York, that was what I thought I was gonna do. I was like, oh, I'll just find a dock and I'll work there.
They'll hire me. They'll hire you on site. They look at you, go, I don't need to see your resume. You were born for that. It's like when a basketball player goes to Africa and sees like a 7-foot tall kid, and he's like, "We're just gonna give you a scholarship. We don't need to see any shots. You're a longshoreman. If not, we'll teach you. But you're for this.
You got it.
Or you have a metal band just put you in the background and just be like, you're on the band. Just hold a guitar.
Just whenever you get a chance, headbutt the sound guy.
Yeah. People should just pay you to stand in the crowd for their bands, and you just go, "This fucking rocks!" Yeah. If you just stand, then they would just be like, "Everyone like, oh yeah, no, he gives us the legitimacy."
Yeah. What, you don't like this?
Yeah. You look like a pussy to me.
I love pussy too.
I feel like no matter where you go, someone walks up to you and goes, "Are you the bouncer? Are you?"
Oh my
He's
God.
Like, "This is a Dwayne Reed."
It's my favorite thing to do is if I'm standing by the front door of a bar and someone walks in, I always go like this and like check their ID. I always do it. Like look at it, hand them back. I'm like, all right, have fun. You
should go up to the bouncer and be like, "You got ID?" And it is your idea. You could fool a bouncer into giving him the ID.
That is the most thankless job on earth, by the way.
Yeah,
man. I used to run that the poorhouse. Like I used to be one of the managers there.
Oh, right.
And then like I remember I found out the bouncers were getting paid like $25 an hour. And I was like, they're getting paid how fucking much? And then I had to bounce one night and I was like, give them any amount of money they want. It is the worst job in the world. I hate it so much. You're basically just like a cop with the law not behind you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, those comedy club bouncers, I would say it's a little bit better, but like because they can kind of just tell you to be quiet, like to be quiet. But a lot of them are pretty good at like just de-escalating, which cops aren't good at. You know, like they'll de-escalate, which is nice. But,
oh my God, just switch out cops and bouncers.
Maybe that's the solution.
Well, the reality is the reason that works is because bouncers don't really get to have guns and don't have the law. Once you give the bouncers the law, they'll just become the cops, and then the cops become the bouncers, and it's this is a very pro cop podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I'm totally with it. I get it. I mean,
yeah,
like,
no, for sure.
Like, what would you like? I mean, like, you want to go be a cop? No. Like, that's the thing. It's like who's like? Of course, they're lunatics. Do you? What kind of lunatic would take the job?
Yeah, of course,
man. We used to like we'd always hook up the cops at the poorhouse, because like you got to treat them good. So that way, if anything ever happens, they're there in 2 seconds.
Yes,
and they used to throw the most disgusting parties in the back. We're just like, you need to go.
I need to call you on you.
Yeah, it's like,
hey, can you arrest you? This is illegal.
It's like anytime you see like a stripper go to a cop party, you just want to like run. Please, just get out of here.
Yeah, dude. I always say my stepdad was a cop, and he was like, he was like a simpler kind of guy. But like the shit he would talk about having to deal with, like I remember. I always said, like, when you work in an ice cream shop, you think everyone likes ice cream. When you're a cop and all you see are the shittiest people all the time, you start to believe that's the fucking world. On the worst day of your year is the easiest shift for a cop. Yes. It's like, oh, you called the cops because they broke into your house. That's the fun call for them. You know what I mean?
That's an easy one. Easy one. Otherwise, I mean, of course, if I had to wrestle drug dealers every day of my life, I'd be a fucking asshole too.
Yeah, that's what I do. Sorry, go ahead.
I saw this one time. A cop. I was hanging with the cops at the poorhouse, and they were like, there was this guy at Union Square trying to set himself on fire. So he like had a bunch of lighter fluid and he's putting it all over himself and he's trying to set himself on fire, and the cop tackles him and gets the lighter away from him, and people are like holding their phone in front of him, like, leave him alone. You're just like, he was gonna set himself on fire in Union Square. Like it's like, I tackled him. Like, what do you mean? Like, don't like, I'm right. I am so right. Like,
man, my stepdad one day, I think I've told this before, but I'm talking to him. I go, hey George, man, what are some stories about being a cop? And he goes, oh yeah, we had some. I remember had to go into this. We had to, because the firemen, they're always fucking late. I'm there first. I go in. I see this 13-year-old girl holding her daughter. They'd both burned to death. We had a few of those, and I went. What, man? And he was just like, and I'm like, you could see his brain is like, throw a laugh, do a laugh, because that's how we handle this. It's like,
oh my god,
man.
Zabrowski's dad was a Queens cop. Yeah, he's talking about he saw like some dude in a gimp outfit, like dead upside down, chained to a playground fence. And he's just like, oh, we had to cut him down,
Yeah. Could you fucking imagine?
I worked with the cops in New York. We were doing a gig for them, and then like, this is gonna freak you out. I probably shouldn't tell you this, but I'm at the first precinct, and I'm in the room, like the briefing room, where they talk to all the other cops and stuff like that. Like, this is what you got to do. These are the people we're looking for, and so they had like all the stuff around, like the mug shots and stuff. But one of the panels for mug shots was just like different pictures of different bombs they found around the city.
Oh, right.
Like one of them was like literally 3 sticks of dynamite and a clock attached to it that they found in a Gap bag on the subway. You're just like, God damn it, man. Like,
wow, they're finding Joker bombs. That's like a bomb the Joker would carry. Do they have like a section of like, these are all the riddles we have to solve? Anyone has a tip on those?
Yeah. I saw a cop with a dog, and I was like, oh, I better hide my weed, like joking around with the cop and stuff. And he's like, oh no, he's a suicide bomb sniffing dog. He's like, what was that? He's like, oh, he's a suicide bomb sniffing dog. I was like, how does that work? And he's like, he could detect moving parts inside the bags. And I was like, what? And then I was like, well, I hope he's never found anything. And he's like, you'd be surprised. And I was like, God damn it. Like,
better hide my weed. That dog only finds children's bodies. That dog only sniffs children's bodies that have been molested. It's a very, he's working around the clock. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Unless that bloody orphan is full of weed, you won't even realize.
Oh, God.
Great place to hide your weed, by the way.
I have a business.
Hey, Ed, where do I want to tell people where to download the movie? How do they buy it? Amazon?
No, it's on Vimeo. So go to howamericakilledmymother.com and that'll you can watch the trailer and that'll link you to the Vimeo page. So howamericakilledmymother.com. Go check that shit out. And then this month on Brighter Side, I'm doing full episodes on each subject. Because I basically highlight 4 things that were the downfall of my mom: healthcare, casinos, my father, and what was the 4th one? Banks.
What's the 4th one? Was just Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony, I know what you did, you fucking son of a bitch. You left her high and dry.
There we go. Victim blaming. Sure.
She left you. But yeah, so I've been doing that on the Brighter Side, and that's been a lot of fun. And it's been surprisingly cathartic. And this next episode, I interviewed my dad, and I'm just gonna literally take the entire interview from me and my dad and just slap it on the podcast. And it's crazy. I mean, but also we're buddies now.
That's cool.
We talked yesterday. I still have to remind him when my birthday is, but it's we're buddies.
Yeah,
and it's I think that's very important for people. And if I could suggest anything, I don't know what your dad did to you if you hate your dad, but if you can find it in yourself to just forgive him before he dies, it's really it feels good. It feels it's nice. So that's the one thing I love to throw out to people. Is just don't let people die with you hating them.
Forgiveness is huge, man. Forgiveness always feels better. It's always you can carry that shit with you, and then you have to feel it. But when you just kind of let it go and forgive people, it's easier. It's how many people do you have comedians and shit that annoy you, and then you just go, I'm over it, and it just feels better. Imagine if that's your dad. Well, you don't have to imagine. You did it. But I'm saying, for me, I get it. I totally understand.
It's so difficult to hate somebody. It's so draining. It takes so much energy. It's just just being cool is super easy. I never understood why people are such assholes all the time. And it's just well, if you're just nice, everything just goes smooth and we laugh and we go home. We don't think about every word that we all said to each other.
I've always noticed that if you just be the guy in the room who's a little bit who just listens and genuinely gives people a chance and smiles, people just want to be around you. It's just easier.
Thank you, Greg.
I don't really like that. I didn't like that. I don't know why. I don't know what you meant by it, but it didn't feel right.
What? No, I was thanking myself for being that person that you were describing.
Yeah, you forgive him, Craig. You got
that was an indictment on you, man.
Oh, all right. I wasn't sure what that was. I thought you were. I wasn't sure. I don't know. I'm very sensitive after that square head comment.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I always wondered why the toupee place never could get me. They're no, we have to get an actual rug, a square rug for your head. Anyway,
you're
dude,
always right.
Love you, buddy. Thank you so much for coming on, man. I hope you had a fun time. Everybody go download the movie, watch the movie, check out The Brighter Side. I do love that podcast.
I love you guys. You guys
anything
are
else
so
to
much
promote?
fun.
You too.
Your show. Go listen to the Rad Dude Cast. When you guys got some time and you're down, just throw on the Rad Dude Cast. You can go there. You can go to their Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/RadDudeCast. They got all kinds of cool things on there. You can get access to episodes early. Maybe I don't know. Maybe
tell them, man.
There's stickers. They still send you some stickers. Man. You can be part of the Rad Dude Club. And you guys can get the treehouse and fucking. Y'all screw.
You know how the treehouse gets, guys.
Yeah, throw us some money. Come to the raddudecast.com. We have 3 levels, and we're giving people stickers now, I guess. We're not giving anybody stickers. But we have great episodes. Brendan will handle that. That's a Brendan thing. Yeah, Brendan. We have to talk about Brendan. He's in the hospital, but
no.
Oh no, he's not. He's not. People, we have to say, people just assume. No, he's on vacation with Amy somewhere.
Yeah, enjoy it.
In the hospital.
Anyway,
Ford. Yeah, they had a nice long weekend.
Anthony, anything else? Anything you want to? Any gigs coming up, Anthony? Oh, follow us the Rad Dudecast at the Rad Dudecast on Twitter.
Was Rad Dudecast already taken? You had to add the. Is there another Rad Dudecast?
I think our podcast is called the Rad Dudecast.
Oh, man.
What most likely happened is we started a Twitter at Rad Dudecast and then forgot the password and then started a new one at Rad Dude. That's probably what happened. But I know now we are at the Rad Dudecast.
Man, fucking, there's like 4 Brighter Side podcasts now. It's so aggravating. Yeah. Nick Turner was doing whatchamacallit. He was doing a crowd warm up and he was interviewing someone. She's like, listen to my podcast. He's like, oh, what's it called? She's like, the Brighter Side. He's like, oh, I got something to tell you.
Yeah, we lucked out. No one else is dumb enough to call themselves the Rad Dudecast. So we're in fine shape.
Mike, what were you going to say? Mike was going to chime in with something. Usually that means we missed something.
Oh, yeah, he came in.
Oh, you should actually say what is going on the Patreon.
What is going on with the Patreon?
What's going on?
What you actually get with it. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, man.
What do they get? What do they get with it?
Enamel pins.
We have the $5, $10, and $15 tier.
Oh, yeah. So for $5, you get another episode, and they're all really great.
Mm-hmm.
For $10, you get another episode, and then $15. We have 3 tiers, and with every tier, you get a new episode. And I got to be honest, I'm proud of them. They're really, really funny. They're really, really good. And it's like, it's really good. It's worth the cup of coffee a day if you get a $15 cup of coffee.
Yeah,
if you get all the extras.
Intense caffeine problem.
Yeah, or if you get that 2 cheesesteak a day problem you got, you get that.
What? Yeah.
Patreon.
Patreon's doing a thing now where you can pay for the year. I'm going to say we set that up so people pay for the year. We get all their money up front.
It's a great idea.
You know what I mean?
So when they get destitute, you don't have to keep shaking them down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Its 5th topic will be our Patreon.
Dude, everyone pays a month up front. All that money goes right up my nose, and then we don't got to deal with it for a year. I can't pay my bills. And then when they can't pay their bills, they're fucked. They can't cancel this to try to get some money back, Because that's what I did. I was like, dude, I gotta cancel Disney Plus, save a little bit of money. And it was like, motherfucker, you paid for the year. It's like, I'm broke, but I'll have Mandalorian, so that's good.
Man, God, love that fucking Mandalorian.
Really Me too. I know.
Well, you could sell your password for cheaper than Disney Plus offers.
So there you go.
Yeah,
This is how we get shot by the Disney player, by the way.
Well, let them try to come after me again.
Mickey Mouse just appears behind Ed's clothes and snaps his neck. You're next. Cool, man. All right, because that's it for this episode. Again, go buy that movie on Vimeo. We're gonna post the links to it. Anthony's gonna post the links to it on our social media. You son of a bitch, you better. I just put that on Anthony. Anthony's
of course, I have to figure that out. But
HowAmericanKilledMyMother.com. It's very.
Oh yeah, just go to Ed's thing.
Yeah. And if any fans out there want to walk me through it, feel free.
All right,
watch a movie, listen to Ed. He's the best, man.
Yeah, it really is the best. Thank you so much for coming on, man.
I'm sorry.
It's a fucking treat.
Funny your head.
What?
What happened?
Sorry, I made fun of your head.
Oh no,
you didn't make fun of it. You never even got to the making fun of it part. You just said what you'd go after. So you just stated the truth. You went, well, I'd go after your square head, and then I was like, I did not know I had a square head.
That's a compliment, though, man. Like square-headed people are revered throughout history.
Look, if I had a square head, would my hand do this when I did it? Look. It's around.
I bet you were better at geometry than algebra.
No,
I didn't get past like math 101. My classes were still called math when I ended math classes. All right. We love you all. We'll check you out. See you. Bye.
Peace.
Bye, Ed.
The Rad Dudecast is hosted by Anthony DeVito, Brendan Eyre, and Greg Stone. Original music by Brian Zippert. Produced by Mike Suarez. Executive producers Brendan Eyre, Greg Stone, and Anthony DeVito. Executive producers Matt Kleinschmidt and Robert Kelly for the Laugh Button Podcasts.